Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I thought I would do a full face using my Project Pan stuff and just kind of show you the kind of makeup I do like on an everyday basis, because unless I'm filming for unless I'm filming a video or doing an Instagram post, I wear all my Project Pan stuff and it's kind of the same look pretty much every single day. So I thought I would just show you what I do. It's kind of an everyday makeup, like what I do on the everyday. Now that I'm doing a Project Pan, the everyday I'm just going out is exactly the same pretty much. And before I started doing Project Pan, I wouldn't wear the same makeup every day. So this is a proper everyday makeup look. What products I use to do my makeup? Yeah, if you are interested in Project Panning, then I have a playlist. I will link it in the description below because I keep forgetting. Oh, thank you for the kiss on the knee. I love you too. He's literally just like right next to me. I wish I could show you. Can I like angle this to make you... Oh, there you can see his little head. Yeah, there's my leg. And there's the beanie. Oh, what a gorgeous boy. Oh, I just love you so much. You gonna help me do my makeup today? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I will leave the link to the playlist down below. If you go on my channel and click on the playlist header, then you'll find it there. Anyway, I'm also going to be using my Pan That palette, so that's another series, but that's only got the intro video, you'll see. Yeah, anyway, okay, let's just get into it. I have a couple products here that aren't in my Project Pan because I don't have like a full face of makeup in my Project Pan, so this is not. If I tell you it's not my Project Pan. If I don't say it's not, then it's in my Project Pan, basically. So this is the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I use this always on my forehead to try and stop my expression lines from being so prominent. Yes, and it's kind of mattifying as well, actually. Yeah, I just smooth this over my forehead. This is my little Benefit mirror, by the way. Just smooth it over the forehead, especially like in the middle where I have like two lines in my forehead that are just there constantly. I like to try and make sure they go away. Okay, so the next thing I'm using is the Revolution Ultra Contour Kit Lightening Contour number 2. And I take this, it's like a cream iridescent like highlighting kind of colour, or strawberry cream type thing. So I literally just take, this is like a foundation brush, and I just dip in it a couple times and I'll just like apply it all over my face to have like an illuminating base pretty much. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Revolution Fast Base in F3. I'm also panning F1, but I have like a slight tan right now, so F3 is the better one to go for. And I'm literally just applying this willy-nilly all over my face. And you thought I couldn't get any sexier, and then I did this. Pretty sexy, right? So yeah, I don't put too much on at first. I find this foundation a little greasy in a way, and I have dry skin, so I think maybe stick foundations don't really get on with my dry skin in general, hence why I'm trying to use these up, that and also they'll be getting used to their use by date. But I find this really is kind of greasy, not even necessarily dewy. I have another dewy foundation. It's like, there's just like a lot of oiliness, but it still like clings to any dry areas I have. So I don't know. I put a little bit more on my chin, on my nose. Ooh, I've got nasty hair on my nose. You can have that back. I always like a little bit more coverage on my cheekbones. I find it so funny. I naturally do have freckles, and it's not like I don't like them, but I don't know, I find people who don't have freckles are like, oh, I really want freckles, but I find I put extra coverage there because I just feel like it doesn't, if all your skin looks flawless and then you just got these freckles poking through, I just think it's a bit strange in a way. I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser in Ivory. This is not in my project pan. And this is pretty much finished. I don't know why I twisted it up. I've twisted it up as much as I can. I'm now just kind of using whatever's left on the sponge, and then this will be done. I quite like this concealer. It's not like amazing, but it's also not bad. I just think I've tried other ones that I like the same or more, so I don't think it's anything special, but I do like it. Yeah. Anyway, okay, I have to set that pretty quickly. If I even, yeah, that's already creased, just when we have my own eyes open for 5 seconds, if that. When I put concealer on, I don't understand how, when you see like beauty gurus put concealer on, they like tap it away with their sponge, then they're like, okay, I have to get this quickly before it sets. And like, they give themselves a good 30 seconds and then they do it. It's like, no, I have literally 1 second. I'm using the Lottie London Ready Set Go powder, by the way, just to set my under eyes. I have to like put product on the brush, then tap out the creases, and then put powder on. And guess what? Still creases. Nothing I do. For my eyes to not crease, I have to put concealer on, set it, put eyeshadow primer on, set it, and then I won't have any creasing. If I don't do that, then yeah, it's crease town. You know? It's very annoying. But oh well. And like, my under eyes, they'll just crease as well, either way, regardless of what I do. So again, I find this the less product I put on my under eyes, the less likely it's gonna crease, pretty much. I'm gonna just quickly tap out my forehead again because I raised my eyebrows and now it's setting into my lines. Okay, so the powder I use just for all over my face is actually technically a bronzer. So yeah, I have the Freedom, doesn't exist anymore, Bronze Professional in Warm Lights. So this is a bronzer, but it's got like a light side, a medium side, and the bronzy side. And I'm using the light and the medium sides right now to, well, especially the medium side, because I need to bronze myself up a bit, to set my foundation, just to get my use out of it. Okay, so sticking with the bronzer but changing the brush, I'm just gonna kind of like, I've got like an area I'm trying to work on right at the top here, so I'm just gonna kind of wiggle my brush in like that. I think like shake it off a bit, and then go in and bronze. Okay, I'm matching my neck a little bit more now, but like my forehead just looks like a beacon on my forehead. My forehead looks like a beacon on my forehead. Oh darling, you're so cute. You're being very sweet. So I'm just gonna bronze like the whole thing, because I feel like I look a little pale, even though in real life I look fine, but on the camera it's like my forehead is just a beacon of light. Okay, I'm going back into this little contour set. I'm going to take like a angled brush and go into the contour shade in the middle. And what I do is I literally, because it's very warm, it's not really a contour, but I just kind of go at the very tops of my cheekbones here and a tiny bit right around the hairline. And then now that there's not much left on the brush, I just kind of blend that in. Because I find that tiny bit of definition right at like the edge of my face is just really flattering. And then I dabble in a little bit and just kind of go down the centre of my nose. Not the centre of my nose, the sides of my nose. Just to give them a little bit of shape. And then I wipe off the brush and dab into the pale shade to go like the centre of my nose and right underneath like my eyes, because I want that nice and brightened. And a little bit on my chin. I have noticed since I've started using this foundation, in my videos, not this foundation, since I've started using this powder, sorry, this light one, in my videos I look really shiny because I've put it usually on my forehead. I'm not doing it today though, but I put it there on my nose and on my chin, and it's slightly reflective. It's got a slight sheen to it, and the camera with the lighting, if I've got the lighting on, like I've got it on like the first or second setting right now, if I have it on any higher than that, I look really shiny. So in my, not my last video, but the one before, my 3 looks 1 palette with the Jawbreaker palette, I look really shiny in some of those clips, so it's just really weird. Anyway, in real life, I don't look that shiny. I'm using the Primark blush in CC. This, if you want to really get your money's worth out of a blush, and it's only $1.50, it's not much that you need to get. The Primark blushes are the one to go for, and they must be so densely packed, and they're really pigmented. You don't need to pick up a lot to do both cheeks. I've been using that blush for 6 months straight, and I used it a lot before I put it in my pan, and oh my god, it just, I'm so nowhere near close to hitting pan, and it's really frustrating, but oh well. Okay, so for highlight, I'm using my Pan That palette. This is the NYX Love Contours All palette. If I can open it, there we go. So there's, if I put it like this, there's these 2 highlights here. This one is too dark for me. This is very pink, but for some reason when I mix them together, they're like they just work really well. So yeah, I'm just mixing them. I'm also sat really far away from my microphone, so I hope this is picking up fine. But look, that doesn't look pink at all. It just looks like a really nice champagne colour. The base is not too dark for my cheek. So when I use them both together, I was worried when I first introduced it that I wouldn't be able to get through the gold one. And I'm not a huge fan of really pink highlights, so that's pink. But together they look like a lovely champagne. So I am very happy about that. On to brows, I'm using the NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder. This is in dark brown / brown. And I use the lighter brown shade all over my eyebrows, obviously. And I use the slightly darker shade just to do a little bit of definition in the end of the, like in the tail. Okay, then I just kind of brush them out. I've got a little bit over the line on this eyebrow, but it brushes out and like goes away. Yeah, I'm trying to use like as much of this like as I can, but I don't want to do just like the big block brows, so it's like it's difficult to use a lot of this. But I find I'm making fairly good progress. So the eyebrow gel I'm using is the Rimmel Wonderful Brow 24-hour waterproof brow mascara with fibers, and this holds a lot of product when it's brand new, when it's pretty much brand new. So you have to like really lightly go over your eyebrows. But when this is like on, like your eyebrows feel very set in place. I can't say you can like tell there's fibers in the gel, but it really makes your eyebrows feel like they're glued onto your face, you know? So I do like it for that, like your eyebrows are not gonna budge. My posture in this video is terrible. I'm sat over like this. I need to like be more like this. I'm gonna prime. This is not in my project pan. This is the Urban Decay Primer Potion. I have to be very specific about how I do this. So I have to put on one eye, tap it out with my finger, and then there is a like base shade in my palette. I'll show you it in a second. But I get a fluffy brush and set the primer. I have to always set the primer. If I don't, it doesn't work. And I can't, if you use too much of this primer, I find it's not a good thing. It can mess up, especially if you put concealer on underneath, it'll just mess up your concealer. And I have to, if you let it dry, you have to like work with it while it's wet. It's like a really annoying primer. If it starts to dry, again, it's just gonna mess up your whole base, and eyeshadows are not gonna blend well on top of it. So yeah, I've just used that shade there. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade on my Zoeva Luxe Crease brush. I'm just gonna switch palettes, right? I'll switch mirrors to the one in the palette. And I take this in the crease, and it's a good transition shade if you're fair. If you're darker, then it would be a good like all over lid shade, honestly. Camera cut off there. Yeah, it would be a good just like all over lid shade just for like, you know, an everyday sort of thing. But this works just to add a little bit of definition. So I work this into the crease and blend it upwards. so it like blends into my skin tone. So you can't like see it's there, but it just gives definition. Then I'm going to go into the lighter bronzy colour, whatever, the lighter bronzer, and take that more in the crease to add definition and a little bit on the outer corner. I do like this palette because essentially you can use all of the shades as eyeshadows, but these two are highlights as well, these two are bronzers as well, and these two are eyebrow colours as well. You can use them all on your eyes. I really like that. It just makes this quite versatile and a really good travel palette. The only thing you need is a blush, really. That's not in here. Okay, and then to deepen it up, I'm going in with this like red toned dark brown just on the outer corner. This, I find there's like a purple and this maroony kind of shade are quite hard packed in the pan. The rest are more crumbly. So I find you have to like really go in to like get any pigment. Okay, I'm just going to take my blank canvas E27 brush and all over the lid I'm going to go in with this copper colour here. I really like this for all over the lid. I think it's so pretty. It's getting quite a dip in this one now. But with that bronzer, the light bronzer, the two colours just go really well together. Honestly, if you weren't like trying to pan the palette like I am and get like use as many colours as possible in each look, you could totally just do that bronzer and this copper and be done, and it would just be a really pretty easy light look. Okay, so on a flat shader brush I'm going in with the MAC Satin Taupe eyeshadow and taking that on the lower lash line. Okay, and last for like the overall eye look, I'm going in with the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On and Definitely Turn On Extreme Shine eyeliner in the shade Jewel, and I'm popping that on my waterline, that's what it's called. I find that these items just work really well together. I don't know, I like it. I am going to quickly curl my lashes and be right back. Where are you going? Oh, he's lying against my pillow. Shall I show you? How cute! Look, you're on camera. You're on YouTube. You say YouTube? Where YouTube? iTube. Mwah! I love you. I love you, my little smooshy. I have, oh, my back there. Oh, I don't even know what just happened there, but like, oh, that hurt. Okay, let me just adjust the camera, but look at the baby. Avi, what's this? Good boy. Look at that. Gorgeous boy. Gorgeous boy. Aren't you my little lickies? Little sausage. Little sausage. Yeah, give you a kiss. Oh, it happened again. It's when I turn back around. It's just this horrible pain in my side. Whew, like in my back, but like the side of my back. Oh, that really hurt. That really hurt. I'm gonna just re-curl my lashes real quick. Oh, this is the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara, by the way. This is not in my project pan. To line my lips, I'm using the NYX lip liner in Nude Pink. I really like the NYX lip liners. I think I have pretty much only got NYX lip liners because I find the quality is really good. They're lovely and creamy, and the colour selection is really nice as well. And then on my actual lips, I mean that was pink, I'm not gonna lie, now I'm going with the nude, but it's my only lip liner. This is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm. If you like the formula of these, or if you have, look at that, that's ridiculous. If you have like a colour that you really like and you're like running out of it, just take the stopper out and you'll have a whole lot of use left, like a lot. I thought I was nearly done, and then took the stop out, and there's like so much product, it's ridiculous, that you now have access to. I don't mind too much though, because as I've been using this kind of like every day, well not every day, but like most times I do my makeup, I've come around to really love it. Like I liked the colour anyway, but I've come now to start like really loving the colour. I just think it's a really gorgeous nude. So I don't mind too much that I've now got a lot more use in this, you know? Oh, you look so cute. Oh, my little baby. My little baby. I love you so much. I will insert a couple photos here of how Alfie looks right now. He looks so cute and I want to cry because I love him so much. I didn't know how much a person could love someone or something until I had this dog. Okay, I've always had quite a motherly instinct. I've wanted to be a mum since I've wanted to have kids, not like right now I want to have kids, but like I've always wanted kids ever since I was one, and I was really broody before I got Alfie. For those of you who don't know, he's a cotton noodle, so he's a mix between a poodle and a cotton de Chilier. We really wanted a dog. I was having, like me and my mum really wanted a dog. Me especially. I was having a lot of struggle mentally, and anyway we came across this breeder and saw Alfie. He chose us, like he was like the most bold. Despite being a timid dog, he was like the one who came up to me and my mum. My mum is asthmatic, so we needed a hypoallergenic dog, and realistically those aren't in animal shelters. You know, hypoallergenic dogs, they're very rarely in animal shelters because they're kind of like a specialty dog, if that makes sense. And as long as I want my mum in my life, I probably couldn't ever have a non-hypoallergenic dog. So we did buy him from a breeder, but that's like because we couldn't have like a Labrador or a Golden Retriever or like a mutt, like a cross between a bunch of dogs. Like we couldn't do that. It would cause my mum to be incredibly ill. But we wanted a dog, and like genuinely, I think he's brought so much happiness into our lives, and I love him so much it makes me want to cry. Like I'm tearing up now, it's ridiculous. I'm hormonal, but whatever. I'm not on my period, I've just come off the pill, so I'm all over the place. And I love him so much, and he brings so much happiness, and he's such a sweet little dog. And I used to be terrified of dogs, like really, even the small ones. I used to be so scared of dogs, because I never experienced animals growing up because my mum was asthmatic. And I just find he brings me so much joy on a day-to-day basis that he really just is worth it, and like he was a good choice because, like I say, we didn't get him because I wasn't doing well mentally. We got him because we just thought he would be good for the family. We'd had so much loss in our family over the last couple of years. I had both my grandparents, like on my dad's side of my family, die within like a year of each other. And before that, like I have no grandparents left basically. You know, so it was just like a bit of joy for our family to go through after having like a bunch of negative stuff happen over various years. And yeah, so I just love him with my whole heart, and I love him more every single day. And even though he prefers my mum over me, I don't care because I love him more than anything. He's just so little and cute. He's so tiny. Anyway, not even rant, just gushing over Alfie over. I'm going to go in with the Rosie by Autograph, or Rosie for Autograph Supermodel Smile. This is a lip gloss, but it's in like a chubby stick. I really like these two together. I love that the colour, this is actually really pigmented, so wearing this on its own, or this with a lip liner, is really pretty. And the formula is really nice. They feel really smooth. It feels like balmy, more like a lip balm, rather than like really glossy, and like it doesn't feel tacky or sticky. It's really smooth, and I really like it. Okay, I think we are done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. subscribe down below if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you get a notification every single time I upload. And I'm sorry for the puppy voices you'll have heard come from me. I have a voice for Alfie, and yeah. I would like to say, now that we have Alfie, I'm no longer broody because I see him as my baby. Like, I look at him, I don't think dog, I don't think, you think he's a puppy because he's small and cute and fluffy. But I look at him and just think baby, like he's my baby, like I need to protect him. And if anyone tried to hurt him, the unspeakable things I would do to them, well, let's just not speak them, because I have such a protective instinct over him. You would think I'm a mother and he is my child. It's ridiculous. So I want 5 more cotton noodles. Because also he's a noodle. What? That's such a great name for a breed. He's a noodle. Little baby noodle. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!